So I'm sure that by now you guys have heard about the Steven Crowder, Ethan Klein, Sam Seder debate. And now Steven Crowder uploaded the video footage on his channel. It's titled "The Greatest Self-Owned H3H3 Wrecks Himself." Brags about it. So he's trying to paint this as Ethan Klein had to bring somebody in his place to debate Steven Crowder, when in reality Steven Crowder was trying to take advantage of Ethan Klein, who's not a political debater in any sense, so that in his own words he could have a layup. And so Ethan, in anticipation of this, brought on somebody who is actually educated in his field, a liberal with over 1 million subscribers who wants to debate Steven Crowder, and Crowder is running from. So it made sense what Ethan did. But Steven Crowder ran away. He had a panic attack and a meltdown. Then he ran away. And so what we know now is he's very scared of him. Obviously, we already knew that. But he will not debate Sam Seder. He is running shitless. And so somehow this is his way of coping. There's a lot of Steven Chowder fans who are saying the same thing, of course. Now, what's surprising to me actually is the comment section on this one. It's actually pretty heavily anti-Crowder. I don't think you see this very often on the Steven Chowder channel. So let's read through some of these comments. Some of these are kind of nondescript, like this one. I don't know who exactly he's talking about. It just looks like someone's father wasn't around to teach them how to be a man. I don't know if he's talking about Steven or Ethan. I'm not sure. This one says, he literally showed himself getting up and checking if the other guy was live. So this is referencing, I guess, the video footage that Steven Chowder put up actually showed footage of him getting up to check if Sam Seder was live. He was apparently watching Sam Seder's stream to see when he ended because he didn't want to debate him. That's why they had rescheduled the last week's one, because it was Sam Seder had shown up, so they lied about some pregnant wife emergency and then set up the debate for exactly when Sam Seder goes live the following week. This one says, funny how Steven keeps yelling about how no one on the left will debate him, but when, like a baby when presented with the opportunity to debate one of the largest leftist YouTube channels. Very accurate. Guys, just cancel the show and have Dave on for an hour reeling off insults about a person at random. I can't believe he hid his face from the camera. I cringed so hard I couldn't feel my face. I believe this is referencing when Steven Crowder has his minion guy go over to the chair to sit in and then switches the camera shot. It wasn't even, the thing that was so embarrassing about that was it wasn't even as if the guy was already in the chair and is just switching camera shots. No, he actually, the guy actually had to go and he had to literally sit in the chair. So it wasn't just something that was as easy as, oh, we're just going to switch camera shots. He had to walk over there and sit down, and then it switched. And I really wonder why he did that. I did see a hypothesis that potentially maybe he was asking his dad what to do off camera. I do believe there's potential truth to this. I don't know if his dad is in the studio or what. We know that his dad is his booker and the person who makes his decisions for him. So I'm not sure, but I do believe there is some potential validity to that hypothesis, but I'm not exactly sure. A lot of people saying that this was a dumpster fire. This one says him not showing himself is too funny. Not sure if they're talking about Ethan or Steven on this one. This one says I'm not hiding, doesn't show face once since they started the call. Again, not sure who that's referencing here. It says Crowder bouncing out of the convo after trying to catch the last word is how every GTA lobby argument goes. I love thinking about the co-host guy sitting up with his notebook coming up with Ethan looks like jokes. So Steven Crowder and his buddies, I guess, do a lot of personal attacks. Certainly is what it seems like. But a lot of people here that you can see. It says, cowardly Crowder runs again. You're too small to debate me, from the guy who surprises random college students. That's how we got famous, by the way, was debating random people. If you look at Steven Crowder's channels, the reason why he has 6 million subscribers is literally because of him debating college kids. So a guy who had his name to fame from debating college kids is saying that a channel with over 1 million subscribers is too small. Yes, that's right. That's what he's saying. My dad said I can't debate smart people. Sorry. At 32:54, Crowder admits to monitoring Sam Sedar's stream during his pregnant wife's supposed medical emergency. Yeah, the medical emergency excuse was definite total bullshit for sure. Coward ran like hell. My numbers said college kid debater. Eventually, I think you should have a debate with Sam just to get it over with, exchange some ideas, get some points across. It seems that'd be more enjoyable than the guy randomly being dropped on you for a debate, whilst already being set up for a different debate. Though it was funny, it was really unprofessional. I'm very disappointed I didn't get to see an actual conversation. Thing I love so much about this point is that Crowder literally made his career off of debating Tom, Dick, and Harry's. I think it's like randoms, basically. The whole debate was just a COD lobby. It was a COD lobby, of course, because of Steven Crowder, of course. Colder with Crowder. A lot of people in here just straight shitting on him. Goddamn, the cope is overwhelming here. That is true. The cope amongst the Steven Crowder fans is truly massive. They're sort of repeating the same talking point line that Steven Crowder has created for them, essentially. Imagine the disappointment you must feel when your own dad knows you're outmatched. Yeah, that's got to burn pretty deep. The fact that Steven Crowder's dad basically tells him, like, hey, man, yeah, Sam Seder is too difficult to debate. Don't do it. It's going to really mess you up. It's going to ruin your career, essentially. It says, I hope Crowder's pregnant wife is okay after her medical emergency. There was no medical emergency, which is what's implied with that, of course. So you literally turned your camera off and hid, dude. There's just so many comments here, of course. I was surprised by this. I don't know how many of these people, I'm not hiding, said a shaky voice off camera. I don't know what percentage of these people are Crowder fans, honestly. It probably isn't too high. But I'm still surprised, regardless, to see that the Crowder comment section was essentially brigaded by people who don't like him. You don't really see that happen too often, so it's pretty interesting to see for sure. Definitely pretty surprising. But, there's a bunch of these comments here. You can look at it. Haha, quiet shush with crowded. Can't debate. Daddy says no. Why is Steven so unwilling to debate Sam? I don't know much about the Sam guy, but I doubt it's as if he knows a slew of groundbreaking facts that render Steven's ideals invalid. Even if he did, why wouldn't Steven just adjust his view to account for that? This seems like a very irrational type of fear. Honestly, I don't even think Sam Seder could destroy Steven Crowder enough to the point where this would be worth it. I don't see how you could rationalize this kind of cowardice with that. I just don't see how it's even possible to get destroyed so bad that running like this much of a bitch is worth it. I don't understand it. It doesn't really make any sense to me personally. The way that this looks for you is so bad that I find it so hard to believe that a debate with Sam Seder would ever amount to the embarrassment that this brings you and the reputational damage that this brings you. So I don't see how those can really balance out. What he did doesn't make any sense. It made you look absolutely horrible, like shockingly horrible, dude. Like, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. But anyway, Steven Crowder, his own video getting brigaded by pro Sam Seder comments, shitting on Steven Crowder. So that's pretty hilarious.